Hello, my darlings, and welcome. Thanks for joining me today as we are working on some crafties that have the Evil Eye symbol on them. Hi, Inka Dinka Doodle. I hope you're well. Everyone here is good. So last month, my mystical mailbox tier of patrons received a box of Evil Eye goodies because that was the theme. And I have a lot fewer subscribers to that Patreon tier than I would like, and I have a lot of leftover materials. So I decided that I was going to use the leftovers and make boxes to put on my Etsy. And I thought that would be a fun thing to do as our crafting stream this month. Hello to Rissy Ray. Hello, hello. So it's a different day for us. We usually do Wednesdays, but tomorrow I'm driving somebody to a medical procedure, and I'm going to be there for several hours, and I wasn't sure if I'd be home in time. I didn't want to chance it. So I decided to just shift the day. So we might have a slightly smaller group of people since I had to change the day, but we'll see if people show up. So first of all, I'm going to make some trinket dishes, and then we're going to move on to an amulet and a necklace. Hello to Shadow Luna. Welcome. So each box has 2 trinket dishes in it, so we can make 6 boxes with these guys. I hope everybody is doing well today. I've been having a fun day today because I've been doing a lot of different artwork. That's always my favorite. I was filming for a portion of it. And tomorrow's going to be a really good day because I'm going to the beach for an hour or 2 to do some filming there. And even though I live in San Diego, I don't go to the beach that often. So it's a real treat. Because I live in San Diego County, but I live pretty far from the beach. I live quite inland. But this month's Thrifty Witchcraft video is going to be, the materials are going to be focused on sand, seashells, and sea glass. So I definitely wanted to get down to the beach to do some filming. Helpful Natural is here. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming on a Tuesday, everybody. Hello to Carolyn Quinn. Hello. So let's see, I'm doing six of each. Okay, let's see. It's midnight in the UK. Well, thank you for popping in for as long as you are feeling like it and feeling like you're awake. Appreciate you. I decided this month I wasn't going to do a shrine. So I'll have to pick up the shrine making next month. Let's see, it says, you made it, but this is an unusual day. Live streams usually happen on the first and third Wednesdays. The first Wednesday, yep, that's right. The first Wednesday is an art stream, and the third Wednesday is a craft stream. And then there's usually the last Friday of the month is a planning stream. But I'm pretty sure those are going to have to go away for the rest of the year because I am traveling in December, traveling in October, and I have something else planned in September. So these the planning streams I think might end up having to go away because I'm not going to be able to do them. Inca says it's 4 p.m. here and it's also 94 degrees. Oh, I think it might be 92 here. It's definitely high. I think I'm going to do the eyeballs first and then the eyes. So wait, so I need to... I really think that these are like too small. I need to bring these a little bit bigger out. That kind of messes up the ink though, because once this ink dries, that is it. So maybe not. Maybe I won't be changing them. Kept thinking it was going to get a little cooler, Inca, and then it got cool for 2 days and then it zoomed back up. I keep willing it to be fall. We have our dots. Green Leafster, hello and welcome. Okay, so next we're going to do our dark blue. And these are, you guys, these are ceramic pens. So they're meant to be drawn on ceramics, and then we're going to put them in the oven, and it will... You put them in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes at 230 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you let them kind of naturally cool. Turn off the oven and let them cool for like an hour, and then it is I don't think it's dishwasher safe, and it's definitely not food safe, but it is somewhat permanent for like a trinket dish. Just don't try to serve any food. So that's what I'm using, ceramic pins. And I'm using a light blue, a dark blue, black, and gold. Oh, you had the screen on for an hour waiting for me. I'm sorry. I know you could hear me. It's interesting, this light blue and this dark blue look about the same. It's interesting. It got much lighter as I used it, so I think I'm going to set these aside, these darker ones, and just work on these lighter ones. Yeah, because you can actually see the difference there. I think when you very first open the pen, it's a much darker ink, and then as you start using it, it starts flowing, then it gets a little bit lighter. Fortunately, with this pen set, you only get 12 colors, so you gotta do with what you've got. And if you haven't baked them, you can just use a scrubby and scrub off the off of anything that you've drawn that you don't like. So I can always scrub off those other ones, and I'm not wasting them. Asbrock is here. Hello. So I've already spent most of the day doing a couple of different paintings. So I've had an arty day today already. Let's see, is this too dark or is it going to be okay? Is there enough definition between these two blues? I don't know. I don't think there's enough definition between those two. Yeah. Set these guys aside, scrub them out later. Let's see what I can do with these guys though. Yeah, the top row looks the best. Let me grab some more empty ones. So let's see if this light color, it looks lighter now that I've used it a little bit. Yeah, it does. Good deal. All right. I think it looks better like this. That looks more like an eye. Sometimes I get it a little backwards here, but let's see. We'll just make a bunch of these and then we'll determine which ones are good enough to go in the oven and which are not. I feel like that one doesn't quite pop in the same way. Yes, these pens have good intensity green leafer, but that is sometimes a good thing and sometimes not, but I think it's pretty much a good brand. I just wish these blues were slightly different, more different than each other. Are the drawings that we're making are for actually, they're the gemstone paintings for our live streams, our art live streams for Pen Pals. The cards are gonna be, I'm gonna get started on those in late August, early September. I've made about 10 or 12 so far. They're coming out good. I'm really excited about starting a bunch of collage art. It's such a It's such a expressive way of being able to do art, even if you can't draw. I just love that about collage. Well, we're in all different levels of doing these. But unlike painting, when you're using markers, you're just stuck with the colors that you have. I don't know that I could blend this with anything. I feel like as I'm starting to get older and older, and the number of live streams that I have to either put aside for health reasons or medical appointments keeps getting larger and larger. I don't like it. Okay, 2 more of these eyeballs, and then we're just doing the larger eyes. To see which way the eye looks more normal. I don't know, this one looks a little funky to me. It looks too close in blue colors. Like there's not enough. I'm gonna set that one aside. Heather is here. Hello. Just trying to figure out which way the eye should go before I put any eyebrows on anything. Oh, I made more than 6. Oh well, that's okay. I like to be, as Brock says, yes, but I think we understand taking care of yourself is of the first order of importance. Yeah, I just like to really be that person that you can count on. Do any of you guys follow Molly Roberts? She's an art witch on YouTube as well. And it says collage is akin to vision boards, which are very expressive by their very nature. I love that. I love that an analogy. Hey, Mr. Focus thing, here we go. Green Leafster said, my daughter and I did summer themed collage, super cool and fun. Yeah, and it comes out and it really looks like a piece of art, as even though if you didn't feel like you could draw. I just love that part about it. Because there's some things I would love to make, some scenes I would like to make that I just know I can't draw the thing. Boulder Girl is here. Hello, Karen. This one's kind of saucy. Looks like the eye of like a Disney witch or something. Inca says, my general practitioner said, let's space out these appointments. We don't want your whole calendar to be nothing but appointments. Funny, bro, real funny. So this way? No, this way. Okay. This is definitely a left eye for some reason. Most of the rest of them are right eyes. Molly Roberts, Molly Roberts in her most recent video said that she was listening to another witch's video, and the question that she posed was, where are all the YouTube witches? Where have they all gone? And I feel like that's true. There's so many people that I followed, and I go to my subscription feed and nobody's making videos anymore. I just want to be that one channel that is consistent and shows up, you know? I don't like to cancel or move things around. But I've also kind of gotten myself into trouble with having too many things going and never canceling anything and just trying to add more on top instead of just saying, okay, because I'm doing this now, I have to take this away. So I think my planning streams are one of those things that's going to have to go. Inca says, you'd have shined the live stream altogether if you weren't someone we could count on. Well, that's true. All right, so here we go. This is the gold. We're going to do 3 up, 3 down, and then 2 to the side. We gotta go fast because we can't think about it too hard. So if you think about it too hard, then the lines get all wonky. What are we talking about? Left eyes here. I can't read and write at the same time. Sometimes I look up and I see a weird, like, piece of chat and I don't know what it means. Yes, Heart Molly Roberts. Oh, yeah, I love Molly Roberts. I've been following her for 15 years. Longer than I'd like to admit. Oh, they're starting to look so cute. Boulder Girl says, all of my witchy channels post regularly. Big shrug emoji. I don't know. I follow a lot of witchy channels because I always want to know what's going on in my niche. So I follow people who are here and gone. I don't blame anybody for being here and gone. YouTube is a hard place to try and make it. You can only go for so many years before you're like, you know what, I'm out. Can't imagine if I had kids too. Well, I can imagine. I certainly wouldn't be a YouTuber if I had kids. There'd be no way. People who have kids and do this also, I'm so impressed. Moonglow is here. Hello. You're not late. No one's ever late to my live streams. You can even, whoops, watch them after they're over. Sprock says, I hear what you're saying, but the YouTubers I follow have all had to make adjustments, change schedules, and even take a break. Yeah, I'm going to be traveling to see my mom in December for 2 weeks. So that's going to be a big block of time there. They say YouTubers don't get vacations. They just have to work either really hard before vacation or really hard after vacation to still have content to post. All right, this version is done. These look pretty cute. So I'm going to put them on some dishes here. Hopefully this won't blind everybody. Sometimes these really catch the light. Put these in the oven. After we finish the other ones, I'll put them all in together. Hello, the Purple Potion Master says, blessed be and merry meet. Okay, so we've got these 3 guys. Just do 4 new ones. Hello to Thalia Wildthorn. Nika said there's no easy place to make it, and if there is, it's not likely to last. Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes it can be a bit of a flash in the pan. There, the Purple Potion Master, whose channel are you subscribed to that has that really cool evil eye emoji? Trying to use this, like do this a lot so it'll be lighter, because when I first used it, it gets really dark. Yes, there are seasons for sure. I'm more family focused right now as my mom ages. dry, 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 dry. One of the fun things I'm going to do though is I'm going to be working on these collage cards, and I'm going to be making weekly videos with the artwork, and then I'm going to turn them into books and card decks. So I'm really excited about being able to do some of that ahead of time, so that I do, when I take a couple weeks off and go out and visit family and that kind of stuff, there won't be a big break in and everybody wonders where I went, you know. Inca asks, is it true that you've got to have so many subscribers, videos, likes per video, shorts, etc., then to be eligible to do live streams? I do not know. I know that there is, I don't think there's much barrier to entry to do live streams. I'm not sure though. I know that you have to have like a certain number of views and subscribers and watch hours in order to be in the partner program to be able to make money on YouTube. But I don't know that there's any barrier to just live streaming, but you would have to Google that. I'm not 100% sure. Man, these blues are too similar. I gotta make this one darker a little bit, like this. I like how they're coming out though. I like the fact that they're a little bit hand drawn and a little tribally looking. They're not perfection. But like I said, if once they start to dry, then they start to get a little chunky. So you got to get it right the first dry, because it's 92 degrees out here today. And this stuff is drying almost the moment I draw it on. Eee. Thalia says, I have been focused on my Grove, my book and curriculum for my in-person classes, but it came up that if I recorded and put on YouTube, people would not miss it if they couldn't make it in person. Absolutely. My live streams stay on for a long time. And all of my invitations to come and view this live stream say, come chat with me in person or view it later at your own schedule, whatever works for you. Obviously, people can't chat or ask questions, but they can still put stuff in the comments once it becomes a video, a live video. And they can see what people were chatting. Like they could bring up the live chat and see what you guys were saying. They can't like get questions answered or anything like that though. I don't think they can do like a super chat or a super thanks or anything like that with money, but they can do comments later on. So if you're watching this later on YouTube, thank you very much. I know my phone was on. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I forgot to put my phone out of the room. Maybe I'll go do that in a minute, or maybe I can mute it real fast. Just wanted to do this one real fast before everything dried on it. Oh, Purple Potion Master, are you asking about these pens? Let me show you. Ceramic pens. There's only 12 colors though, unfortunately. So, you put it in the oven for 25 minutes and then it becomes ceramic. Okay, so Thalia, Inka Dinkadoodle, and Heidi. Wait, hey, I do. Hey, hi, Dooley. All have green logos, so I didn't realize it was different people talking there. So welcome. Hello, Evil Eye and Charms are against. It exists in a lot of colors, cultures, and traditions. Oh, I have made a video on the Evil Eye Talismans. You can just go to my channel and then just put in the search box, Evil Eye. I did all that research several years ago, made a video about it. I saw somebody say the difference between a talisman and an amulet is the you use the first letter, and A is away, so amulets keep things away from you or protect you, and talismans are towards, so it's bringing something in that you want. So these would be amulets. I just loved that suggestion by somebody. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like stalactites and stalagmites, because it's something that people don't always remember. Like, what a great way to remember talisman and amulet. I think this gold is really pretty though. If I remember correctly, when I made the mystical mailboxes for my patrons, when I put this in the oven, it gets a little bit more bronzy because it darkens the gold color a bit, which I didn't mind at all. Telemita's here, hello. We have a lot more viewers today than I was expecting since I swapped the day, but I wonder if Tuesday is better for people. Or perhaps it's not a shrine and people are more interested in this than a shrine. You never know. You can never find out why people want something or watch something. These are fun to make. After this, we're going to make amulets. But I will have to step away for just a minute to put these in the oven. That's why I like to read the comments under witchy videos, because somebody always has some wisdom. Oh, Inca says, I read somewhere years ago that the amulet slash talisman difference is that one is tokens found in nature and the other is man-made. Oh, that's very interesting. I almost tried to double do that one. That's an interesting thing. Boulder Girl says, I'm retired. Any day works for me. Hey Dooley says, I just happened to be awake for a live of yours for once. It's almost 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. So you must be, what would that be? Spain? Where are you located? I'm trying to think what. Twist Turns Tarot, welcome, welcome. I'm just stepping away for 1 second to put these babies in the oven. I'll be right back. I'm going to stick those there. This is what we have done so far. So again, it's 20 to 25 minutes for 230 degrees Fahrenheit. And we will be back to be making talismans, amulets, whatever you guys think these might be. Europe is correct. I'm from Finland. Purple Potion Master said, this is your YouTube coven. Absolutely. You guys are my people. All right, let's gotta zoom in a little bit. So first job is to make sure that none of these look too funky, because some of this pieces of glass can look a little silly. For example, a few of them get, have little things in them. So we'll put those aside. Sometimes the eye starts to slide into the hole, which I don't mind that too bad, but I'm gonna set that one aside. And this eye is sliding off the edge. Yeah, no thank you. This one's not very round. This one, I don't mind that one. Gotta zoom back out again because it's angry with the focusing. How's that? Okay. Nika says, I've set my alarm and watched live streams at all kinds of odd hours. One was a David Blaine live stream. Another one was an Enya album watch party. That's cool. Yeah, it is weird because I remember doing some things like on New Year's Eve in a video game where everybody was like, it was an MMORPG video game. So everybody was online at the same time and it was midnight and there were fireworks going off. These were virtual fireworks in a video game. But we all just were running around having so much fun that night that it's like a core memory, and it was all virtual. I think the fact that it was, 1 in the morning is part of the fun. So we have some pretty sparkly beads. And this is what we're making, in case you're wondering. Oh, don't knock the odd eyes. I wear an ocular prosthetic. Okay, scene. So here we go. This is what we're making. So it's technically could be a keychain. It's like one of those glue guys. You can put it in your car, in your office, in your house. It's got like a little eye there. And then it's got the big one at the bottom. And the card says, I am spiritually protected from anybody wishing my downfall, negativity, and harm. I am protected from any ill will that could have negative effect on my well-being mentally and physically. So we're making those. And if I looked at this illustration for 2 seconds, I would have realized that the way you get the lighter color and the darker color to look different is by putting a white space. Maybe I should redo those. Oh well. A bag charm, yes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make these pieces of metal that hold the piece of glass, and it's a very technical process where I wrap the wire around this pen. Oh no, no offense taken. Reese Ray says, I keep seeing more and more people wear red threads and evil eye bracelets. I tied a red and black tie to me last year. The black one came undone. The red one got caught in my leggings and popped. What does it mean? Gotta cut these where they're nice and not pointy. Most of these things, Purple Potion Master, from Amazon, and then these beads I got at a bead show, and this is Rio Grande. These people make all sorts of beads and wire. It's called Rio Grande. It's a United States company that does all sorts of jewelry making stuff. Some of this is from my stash. All right, so I'm going to make several of these guys. So the red thread will stay on you until it falls off, and when it falls off, it has done its protection work. I assume that the black one works similarly. Some of these are a little pointy. I gotta kind of make them flat so nobody pokes their finger on them. I did both colors because I've never seen anybody wear both colors before. Ah. Black is a naturally protective color, but yes, I think for like those bracelets, I think I've only ever seen red. Red is a classic protection bracelet color in like tons of cultures. These are like little wire lollipops. Confounding those with bad intent. Yes. The thing I love about the idea of the evil eye is not only is it protection from people with evil intent towards you, but it also protects you from jealousy. People looking upon what you have or what you do or what you are, anything about you actually, and becoming jealous and wanting it for themselves. Excuse me. I think a lot of people say that if you have a crystal that you're wearing for a specific reason and the chain breaks or the pendant falls apart, that it did whatever job it was there to do. I think that's a really common belief, and I don't really mind modern day takes on things. I don't think everything has to be ancient for it to be true, because at some point everything was an original idea and it was new. Reese Ray says black absorbs negative energy, red blocks negative energy. That is a great way to look at it. When I was giving a little online class once to a friend's witchy group, and I was showing them how to make the red thread bracelets and how to do these evil eye amulets. And I was surprised how many cultures have the red bracelet. As Brock says, the charm I mentioned earlier is to continue that jealousy in particular is meant to protect children. Yes, that's one of the original Greek ideas of the evil eye, is to protect newborns from those who are jealous of and covet your children. That is why the myth of Lilith was so scary, because it was the idea was they would steal your children. A demon, demoness, or somebody would do something to a child. Purple Potion Master says, as living in a Hindu non-witchy family, it is so essential in our traditions also. Oh yeah, there's so many crossovers. Some things are kind of universal. I wonder if this one is long enough. Eee. Well, we'll try it. You can always cut it apart if it doesn't work. I wasn't paying too much close attention when I was cutting these pieces of wire for the length. I love doing jewelry and anything with beads. It's super zen. I can just get in that funky flow state. Carol Quinn says, it was so lovely to join you, but my hubby's come upstairs and it's a school night for him. It's time for me to take the dog in the garden and go to bed. I will finish watching tomorrow. Well, thanks for popping by. I appreciate you, especially since of the time zones. Reese Ray says, I need to do it again soon since my father is opening our home to nasty family members in a couple of weeks. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks. You can cleanse your space once they leave. I have one of these with also hanging from a selenite at my front door. Not that I really ever let anybody in my house who is not a friend. So hopefully I don't have anybody coming in that would be jealous of anything anyway. But on the off chance that anybody's walking in going, wish I had that. We've got a little amulet at our front door. It's funny how many things, have you ever thought of this? How many times somebody in a witchy video or a book tells you to put something at your front door to protect your space, or to do this or to do that, or to draw wealth or to bring love or whatever. It's always the front door. If I put everything at the front door that I was told to put at the front door, I would just have amulets, talismans, tchotchkes, money bowls, candles, statues. I have my statue of Lakshmi at the front door. I have my selenite and Evil Eye Talisman at the front door. And then I have sigils that are underneath the paint of my front door. And yeah, call it a day. I have a video, if you haven't seen it, it's called A Witch's Front Door, when I did a little front door makeover. Inca says, yeah, but we followers of the old ways have steeped our beliefs in what is ancient. I think we're more apt to give credit to what has withstood the test of time. Absolutely. It's just crazy how fast an idea spreads now with the internet. And how fast you can get information. You know, everybody who's some amount of years old tells the story of, I got my first witchy book at Barnes & Noble in the religion section, and where there were 2 Wicca books, and that's all we had. We had to walk uphill to school both ways in the snow. That's the uphill in the snow story of all witches, right? There were only 2 books at Barnes & Noble. But it's not untrue. We all had those 2 books. And now you can just go on the internet and find out anything you want in 5 seconds flat. But also, if there's somebody on the internet telling you to blow cinnamon through your front door on the 1st of every month, and that video goes viral, then that's just a thing that everybody believes. Why they believe it, I have no idea. But if there's a certain amount of people that believe it at some point, does that make it so? Is it a new tradition? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But it's interesting to think about. It's weird what you think about when you have a YouTube channel on witchcraft. These are so fun to make. Why won't focus ever work? I like it. I have a few of these bags. If you put all that at your front door, you'll have to use the back door. I think it says it really is a Zen thing, talking of making bracelets. Yeah. The bracelets I make for the trick-or-treaters is such a mind-calming, mind-clearing project that I've come to equate with autumn. Absolutely. S. Brock has all the best ideas. I paint sigils twice a year in vinegar when I clean the outside windows. Freaking genius. Genius. I want to steal that and put it in a video and pretend it was my idea. The thing about being my age is in about a week I'll think it is my idea because I can't remember where I hear anything. Inka says, I have no idea how my first witchcraft book came to me. It was just there one day, no idea. Oh, this one's not good. Some of these are a little melty. Like they're not quite... It's not bad. That's not my favorite. Almost kind of reminds me of the shape of a goat's iris. You know, like more... Inka, if you want me to send you one of the ones that are sliding into the hole, I'll make you one and I'll send you one. Just message me your address on, I don't know, Patreon, I guess. It's the only place I ever see any messages is Patreon. Trying to think of somewhere private. Inka says, oh, wax is done, gotta run. Oh, thank you for making my day and welcome back. Bye, see ya. Bye-bye. That little Star Tours lady, bye-bye. Heather says, LOL, that's true, Amy, but I was a teenager in the 80s and I just don't remember having options. I was a teenager in the 80s as well, and I do not remember having any options but 2 Wicca books. That's how we all got started back in the day. And that is totally fine. But when I decided to make this channel, gosh, it was almost, what was it, 8 years ago? How long has my channel been going? Almost 8 years, 7.5 for sure. I made the channel that I wish I had when I only had those 2 Wicca books. Stuff I wish I could have found back in the day. Okay, oh, I made a few more of these that I gotta put in my bags. Asbrock says, my first book was A Witch's Guide to Gardening by Dorothy Jacob from a secondhand store. Copyright 1965. I got it 20 years after release. Run with the sigil idea. It came to me asking a long time ago, and I'm sure someone shared it with me eons ago. Let's see, zoom out just a little bit. There we go. So this is what we've made so far. Or, well, 5. Thought I made more than that. Inka says, I'm not quite gone yet. I heard you, but I'm going now because the wax really is done. Heather says, yes, there was Uncle Bucky's Big Blue and something by Scott Cunningham. Yes. Solitary, what was mine? Mine was A Solitary Witch's Guide or something like that. Guide to Solitary Witchcraft, was that it? And then of course I had the herbal, the green one. Each herb or flower had like a sentence. I may still have the one somewhere. It's so funny that we all kind of had that same experience in the 80s. I do feel a little bit jealous about people nowadays having so much access to information and stuff like that that we didn't have, but I also wouldn't want to be a kid in the information age where everything is chronically online and everybody's on a screen. So I am pretty grateful that I grew up in a kind of a Luddite time. I mean, I got up to all sorts of shenanigans that were never put on the internet. I got away scot-free with all that. Why are you trying to focus on my thumb? Hey Julie says, my first witchy book was Wicca by Kate West. I'm not Wiccan though. It's funny because I'm not really all that Wiccan anymore either, but back in the day, it was just the thing. It's just funny. The other thing we're going to make is also some necklaces as well. M and V, hello and welcome. They say Amy was a baddie in her time. You're not wrong. As Brock says, community is still a hard thing to get, witch or non-witch. Yes, 100% agree. I sound like I'm on Subway Takes. I have two witchy friends that we meet up once a month, and we call it our witchy day. One Sunday a month, the three of us get together, and if we have any witchy stuff we want to do, we do it. But if we just want to hang out, we just hang out. But it's the way that we're trying to build community in a day when most of all of our interactions are on a screen. And I have a Patreon of like really awesome people, and then I do live streams. And those are my three ways of trying to connect as best I can. That's why I do live streams, because I want to hang out. I like a good hang. Yeah, I love that we log on and we meet new people, and we also get to see the, I don't want to call you the same old people, but you know, our community. This camera is possessed today. Yeah, I love hanging out here, and I also love when I mention something, then somebody says, oh, this is the way I do it. Oh, I heard this. And it's like I learned so much from everybody. Like the idea of like black absorbing and red pushing away negativity is something I hadn't thought of. It makes perfect sense now that you say it. And that idea of talismans being a natural thing or a man-made thing, whether it's an amulet or a talisman, that makes sense to me too. I like making these lollipops. It's just fun. They all come out differently though. Anybody reading anything fun or watching anything fun? I have a new obsession, new book series that I'm reading that I'm completely obsessed with, to the point of like forcing all my friends to get into it so that they can be obsessed too. I do remember how I got into witchcraft. I was well, I really credit a single person with really introducing me. A boyfriend when I was, gosh, maybe 18, 17 or 18. I guess I was 18 or 19, yeah. And he was part of a group, a Wicca group, I think. So that was my first exposure. And it's kind of a pretty close-knit group of friends, and we did a lot of other things that were not like Wicca related, just social things. So it became like a social group and a coven and just a friend group, and I think it all just grew from there. So yeah, I've been doing some form of witchy something since I was 18. So we are not quite coming up on 40 years. No. Yes. Good Lord. Never really thought of it that way. No, Heather, that's what I'm trying to get everybody into is Dungeon Crawler Carl. Are you all caught up? I'm not. No spoilers. I'm on book, let me see, 6. I absolutely loved 5. obsessed with Princess Donut. Obsessed. We'll be going as her for Halloween. Which is ironic, because now that I'm on book 6, Princess Donut, who is a cat, meets a woman who has changed her race into a cat race, but she's a cat. She's a woman who is a cat, so she's not a cat. Princess Donut started as a cat and stayed as a cat, but this other woman that she meets was a human woman who turned herself into a human cat hybrid. And Donut cannot stand it. She's like, it's just not natural. I don't trust her. This is awful. So the irony then is everyone who wants to be Princess Donut for Halloween is dressing up as a woman cat hybrid, which actual Donut would not like. I just started laughing when I read that. All these people trying to do this for the love of the character at Comic-Con and Halloween and all that. Just so ironic. I think after Dungeon Crawler Carl, and once I finish the series, I'm going to read the Iliad and the Odyssey, because there's a new translation out, the very first translation ever, by a woman. And so I bought those. But I don't know, sometimes you gotta really be in a certain mood to read classics. I can't say that I've read the Iliad or the Odyssey since I was like 15 years old. So it'd be interesting to do that as an adult and see what my reactions are. Ordinary Dimmy Guy says, I'm on book 2. Oh, I'm so jealous of you. I would love to be starting out my journey, my dungeon crawling journey. Now I have to tell you, you may not like book 3. Book 3 is widely thought of as the worst book. Some people love it. Some people find it tedious, and I did find it tedious. It's a bit of a slog, but then 4 gets a little better, and 5 is amazing. I can't speak any further than that because I just started 6 yesterday. I think I might be filming for a long time. You know, sometimes that message comes up if I forget. Okay, let me see. Who did I miss? M&B says, Slewfoot is such a good October book for me. I listen to the audiobook while I read, and it's very immersive. It's very 1960s folklorish with complex characters you hate at first and then come to love. It's a very talented author that can make you A, hate people, and then B, change your mind about them by the end. But that is a good author. I've never read that book. Thanks for the recommendation. Heather says, Princess Donut is amazing. Jeff Hayes, the audiobook narrator, is playing her on the TV show. I watched a lot of the San Diego Comic-Con panels with Jeff and Matt. Now, I'm not reading the audiobooks, I'm reading the actual physical books, so I have a voice in my head as to how everybody sounds, but I have heard Jeff's versions, so I do know what his donut sounds like, and his AI, and his Carl sounds like. I have not seen the movie The Odyssey yet. They are based on the translation that this woman made. So he read her translations and then wrote the script based on that. But I think after she saw the movie, she was like, I don't know. This doesn't seem like it was based on my stuff. So I don't know. I think he went a little off on his own stuff. I'm going to be very lazy with my princess donut, though. I'm just going to wear cat ears and a little tiara and the jewelry and that kind of stuff. But other than that, I'm just going to be wearing like a leopard print shirt or something cat-like. I'm not going full costume. I'm going lazy costume this year. But Matt Denneman, the author, said he didn't know he was doing it, but he has definitely come up with a very good couple's costume if you want to be Carl and Donut for Halloween. He didn't do it on purpose, but he says he sees a lot of that at Halloween time. So, how many of these we got? I gotta turn off my oven so that everything can start cooling down. Heather says, I'm looking for a good supernatural cozy mystery series. That would be nice. Okay, back. Let me see, how many do I have? 4, 6, 8, so I have 10. I'll make a couple more, and then we'll start making necklaces. I'm going to put a talisman or amulet, whatever you want to call it, a necklace and 2 trinket dishes in a box, and then put them on my Etsy. The reason I'm not selling them, I might sell them separately, but you know, if I make an amulet like $15, I have to spend $5 in shipping. If I make the necklace $15, then I have to spend $5 in shipping. But if I put the whole box together, then in the whole thing with everything only takes about $6 or $7 in shipping. So it's much better to make a set as far as shipping goes. So it looks like maybe I'll make 4 more, because that's how many I randomly cut. I do have a few kind of witchy mystery books in my to be read pile, but without looking at them, I couldn't tell you their names. But maybe next time I come on the stream, I'll remember to go in there and look, and then have some titles to suggest. But to be honest, you know, if they're in my to be read, I can't vouch for if they're good. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll make a few necklaces, and then after that I will put together one box so I can make a photograph for the Etsy shop. So I'll probably be streaming for about 30 more minutes. A good old classic 2-hour live stream. We haven't had one of those in a hot minute. The live streams that are art related, where I do the painting, for some reason the paintings of the gemstones that I've been doing have only been taking about 30 minutes to complete. When I'm doing them, it seems like it's taking a really long time. But when I put the footage together for the video, I'm like, that only took me 30 minutes? So yeah, I mean the live streams are an hour or so, but the painting itself is not as long as I think. I think this is the hardest part about making these, is doing this initial lollipop. But I have to thank Dungeon Crawler Carl, that series, for actually getting me to read physical books again. It's so fun, and I recommend it to everybody, and I'm making everybody I know read it. Even if they don't want to, I'm like, come on, please. Because I have just a huge pile of books in my to be read stack. Every time I hear about a cool book, I order it, and it goes in the shelves in the bedroom, and I just always find myself too busy to actually do the reading of them. So that Dungeon Crawler Carl book had been on my shelf for probably well over a year. So I'm glad something made me start it. It just became popular again, or it got a lot of press or something like that. I don't know. I think it may have been the Kickstarter. For the board game, or for the TTRPG that they did. Something brought it back into my circle. As Brock says, Deborah Blake has a Baba Yaga series that is excellent. Also a series by Lana Harper, Deborah Harkness' Discovery of Witches, and Bethany Adams' Fantasy Adventure is also really good. And the first book is free. This wire may be too short. This one might be a little short. Let me see if I can get the top circle to happen. I was just kind of winging it. I wasn't actually measuring. I don't think I can do it. Maybe I can. No. Yes. Well, I made a loop, but will it fit on the thing? I don't think it will. It's too small. Oh, it does. It fits. Barely. Oof. Cool. It worked. What did we just start watching? We just started watching the Green Lantern series. It's called Lanterns. There's only one episode out so far. It seems a little kind of gritty and real. It seems a little depressing. They're going for a small town mystery feel, not like big exciting superhero vibes. It's a small town. It takes place in a small town in Nebraska, so if that's your vibe, you might try Lanterns. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there because this wire is really making my fingies tired. My fingies are tired. I think necklaces will be a little easier for me. Save those for later. Can make a lot more. See, this is what I meant by having a lot of leftover materials. Okay, let's do some necklaces. These are going to be gold plated. So we have a few of those. I appreciate that each one of these necklaces comes in a little bag of its own. That way I don't open them up and there's a bunch of tarnished ones because they've had too much exposure to air. It takes me a second to get them open, but I appreciate that. Okay, let's go. We got some of the little guys. We got some of these guys. And we have some little tiny gold beads. Okay. I like the ones with the little beads at the bottom. You can put on an eyeball and then you can make a bead at the top so that it looks kind of symmetrical-ish. There we go. Cute. Super simple. And a nice loop, and that's all it takes. Oops, a little too large, okay. How cute is this? It's so small and like unobtrusive. It's just one little eye on a gold chain. And it's a nice, generous gold chain too. I think it's either 22, I think it's 22 inches. So it doesn't choke you out if you have a larger neck like me. Cute. I saw something similar online and I thought if I make evil eye necklaces, I want them to be simple like that. I think understated is better for protective jewelry because it's something you want to wear all the time, but you maybe don't want to be like too loud, too proud. At least for me, I don't mind it just peeking out or even being underneath my shirt, my neckline. All my thought processes and making a necklace, even a simple necklace, because I make a lot of jewelry. I have a whole series of jewelry coming out that are all goddess themed. The most fun part is coming up with the design. Well, I also love just making them. Like I said, it's kind of a zen vibe to put them together and just do a step and repeat kind of a thing. All right. And you know it can't come off because it doesn't have like a opening, it's just closed down on itself, so there we go. Yeah, I like it. Boulder Girl. Yes, Karen, these are going to be available in my shop. I'm going to put a necklace, a talisman / amulet, and 2 of the trinket dishes, 2 different designs of the trinket dish together in a box. I'll try to put one together at the end of the stream here so you can see what it will be. And inside each box there'll be a card talking about the evil eye, the little bit of info. I already designed that card, so I can show it to you. Okay. Let's see, where is that card? Here we go. So it just basically just gives a little bit of maybe a little history, protective qualities, how to set your intentions. Just a little card that goes in, it's going to go in the box. Urania, hello, welcome, welcome. Did I miss anybody else? So yeah, I think it will come with that. And with that. And with that. And right now the trinket dishes are cooling, so I'll let those cool for a little longer. And then I'll put one box together and show you guys. But yeah, just a few more necklaces, I think. Because I know that the kitties will be in here any minute trying to get some dinner, because they know what time it is better than I do. When it comes to food. I might use some footage from this live stream as well and put together a little video. Pop it on my channel and say, hey, these boxes are available. Because the live stream crew that watches these live streams is a much smaller number of people than the people who just watch a video, like a short form video. S. Brock, thank you. We'll see you at the next one. Thank you for the vinegar idea. That's a cool one. Oh, Talamina, I just noticed you said one of my favorite books is The Wheel of the Year by Cook and Rue. I find it charming. I think I have that one. I'm pretty sure I do. And, oh, I watched Lanterns last night. What did you think of it? I don't know how I missed your comment back then. Boulder Girl says, I will be watching your shop. I've been meaning to paint an evil eye for myself, but haven't gotten around to it. You'll be saving me time. I'm sorry, Red Lorraine. Yeah, I do have to take a friend for a medical procedure on Wednesday, so I had to change the day. Yeah, sorry about that. It is third Wednesday. You are correct. Just had to change it this month. I asked them, you know, how long the procedure would last and would I be back in time, and we weren't sure. I didn't want to flake out if it was running late, so I decided to go ahead and reschedule. Anybody who wants to know like any changes in my schedule or times and stuff like that, you can become a patron on Patreon at the link below the stream. There's a free patron level. You don't have to pay any money, and you get all the notifications and such. So become a patron. There's all sorts of levels of support, but you can also just go for the free one and get all the info. Boo, I'm sorry I missed this. I hope the procedure goes well. Oh, don't worry. I'm sorry that you got to miss hanging out, but don't feel obligated to. Don't feel like you have to be at everyone. Just making some necklaces, and now I'm going to put together one box. But I have to go grab my trinket dishes out of the oven. Hopefully they've cooled down enough. be right back. I'm gonna close this up first though, because these beads could go everywhere. Telemita said, I liked the movie. It did have sad moments, but I will look out for the next episode. I like Marvel type movies. Yeah, it seemed sad at the end. We thought we had the Patreon. Fixing that right now. Yeah, there's you can just click become a free member. So let's zoom out. Okay. So this is the plan. Plan is there's an amulet and a necklace. And let me go get the other two items. Okay, not 100% cooled down, but cool enough. We got a trinket dish and a trinket dish. Tuck those in there. Okay, so this is the whole thing. So that will be Racy Ray says Lanterns is DC Comics, not Marvel. Lanterns put me to sleep. That episode was kind of a dark and gritty one. Right, so it is, where did we just watch it then? Was it Netflix or did we watch it on Prime? I can't recall, but I guess it would not have been Disney Plus because it's not Marvel. So that makes sense. So thank you guys for hanging out with me, making our trinket dishes and our amulets and our necklaces. It was a fun time. I think I should put the necklace in the trinket dish. There we go. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Appreciate you. It was almost a 2-hour stream. Goodness, cats definitely want their dinner right now. I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope I will see you at the next live stream. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the flippity flop.